All right, imagine a place out in Mauritania where it's hot, dry, and really remote. Like, honestly, the perfect scenery for a gold adventure movie. Now, picture a group of miners, old school maps in hand, sweating bullets, trying to guess where to start digging for gold. Classic, right? But here's the kicker. Traditional gold hunting eats up major time, loads of cash, and, has a way of tearing up the environment with all that blind drilling and sample collecting. It's like, hey, let's dig a giant hole and maybe we'll get lucky. Seriously inefficient and not exactly planet-friendly. Now, flash forward to the 2020s, and cue Farmonaut entering the chat with not maps, but wait for it, satellites. Right? Technology swooping in to save the day like a nerdy superhero. So here's what went down. Farmonaut, which is like this brainy squad obsessed with satellite tech, rolled up their sleeves for a 5-year glow-up project in Mauritania, working for a client who wanted to find gold in a whopping 95 square kilometer area. Like, we're talking miles and miles of desert, empty except for the occasional camel. Anyway, Mauritania sits in West Africa, this super mineral-rich part of the world, loaded with ancient rocks that basically scream potential gold. So Farmonaut goes, let's not go old school, let's go full space age. They started with satellite images, like a lot of images. I'm talking close to 200 super detailed pics from two fancy satellites, Landsat 8 and 9. These aren't your average Google Maps snaps. These images see stuff we can't, like subtle signs that gold might be hiding underground. Wild, right? So they sliced and diced 5 years' worth of images into dry season and wet season chunks. Because, yeah, even the desert has weather moods. By splitting things up seasonally, they could tell the difference between, say, a patch of grass that popped up after rain versus an actual mineral signal screaming, "Gold here!" And here's where the magic happens. Farmonaut squad use these images to hunt for alteration zones. Think of those as like Mother Nature's little hints that something valuable might be there. Certain minerals get left behind when gold forms underground, and Farmonaut's team used crazy smart algorithms to spot those on satellite images. The stars of the show? Minerals with tongue-twister names: phyllic, argillic, propylitic, and a bunch of iron oxides. Each of these leaves its own unique signature, which Farmonaut can read, kind of like Sherlock Holmes noticing a muddy footprint at a crime scene. But, space nerd style. Now, Farmonaut had an extra trick. They created this Gold Potential Index, GPI for short. It's like a high-tech scoring system that combines the clues from dry season and wet season pics, like weighted like 60% dry because weather is harsh there, and 40% wet because, yeah, it actually rains sometimes. They even counted how reliable each spot was over all 5 years using something called temporal stability. Imagine tracking the same blip through time. If it sticks around, it's probably not a fluke. So after all this crunching, the team uses filters to weed out false alarms, like they straight up ignore places with lots of plants or water, because, newsflash, you're not going to find gold in a swamp. Then terrain filters, because no one's about to drill on a literal cliff face or where floodwaters will wash everything away. What's left? Only sites where the geology and the numbers scream, "Check me out." Once everything's sorted, Farmonaut ranks these targets like it's an NBA draft. They look at how strong the gold signal is, how big the area is, because bigger target, bigger payout, how consistent the signal stays over multiple years, and how cleanly it stands out between wet and dry seasons. The final result? A small VIP list of targets, like a hot list for gold. 12 rockstar locations, each with exact GPS coordinates and how likely they are to actually have gold. Total game changer for the miners, who can now skip the wild goose chase and go straight to X marks the spot. Now picture this. Instead of burning up gas and dollars wandering the desert, field teams get the coordinates, drive out, and boom! They're drilling right where the satellite and AI say the gold is most likely to be. And they get a detailed map, think like epic video game heat map, but in RL, showing which patches are hottest for gold. Plus, there's a slick GeoJSON file. Super easy to plug straight into their mapping software so their team's on the same page from the office to the field. And let's just stop and appreciate for a sec how much greener this is for the environment. You're not bulldozing random patches of desert just to get lucky. Instead, you're targeting everything super precise, and with tech like this, you're saving Mother Earth a ton of grief. Props, right? Now, let's dig a little into why this matters. Traditionally, gold exploration in places like Mauritania is risky business. People spend years and millions just to maybe end up empty-handed. But Farmonaut flips that game with real, actionable science. They map out the area based on undeniable satellite data, not vibes and wishful thinking. By comparing gold signals with vital geological features, faults, cracks, and old zones where gold likes to hang out, they up the win percentage big time. Like, you're not starting from zero, you're working smarter with epic satellite receipts. Plus, if you're running a mining crew, you're spending less. Less on boots on the ground, less on diesel, and heaps less on environmental remediation because you didn't wreck unnecessary spots. Meanwhile, you're still getting the same, if not better, odds at a serious gold strike. So not only are you ahead in business smarts, but you actually get a standing ovation from anyone who cares about sustainability, which, let's be real, is everyone now. And speaking of business smarts, let's talk Farmonaut for a sec. These folks aren't just some one-trick gold mining pony. Oh no, they're like the Swiss Army knife of satellite data. Their platform is all about making advanced, satellite-driven insights accessible for any business. From farmers watching their crops with AI, to mining crews, to governments keeping tabs on infrastructure and even defense. And they do this with super affordable subscriptions and APIs you can just plug into your own business software. So why does this matter for regular folks or small business owners? Because it means satellite intelligence isn't just for the big guys anymore. Farmonaut lets everyone from a coffee farmer in Brazil to a gold miner in Mauritania harness the kind of data NASA would high five. And with the blockchain-based traceability thing, you know exactly where your materials come from, start to finish, no more mysteries, and definitely less fraud. Honestly, they're kind of blowing the cost of doing business out of the water. Smarter, faster, cleaner. So the next time you hear about satellite tech or drones or AI in the mining world, now you know. It's not sci-fi. It's actually happening. It's saving time, real money, and even the environment. Farmonaut is leading this wave, showing the world that you can strike gold and still do right by the planet and your wallet. If you're obsessed with the idea of fusing cutting-edge science and sustainability, whether you're a gold hunter or just a tech nerd at heart, definitely check out Farmonaut.com. Who knew digging for gold in the 21st century would be so high-tech, right? Welcome to the future, fam!